How did ancient humans keep their babies alive in a brutal prehistoric wilderness without strollers, baby formula, or diapers? The answer reveals a surprising biological secret about why you feel so overwhelmed as a modern parent and how our ancestors used the power of the tribe to survive. Picture a modern nursery. You have a soft crib, a white noise machine, baby monitors, and sterile bottles. Now, strip all of that away. Imagine being a newborn on the dirt floor of a cave or in the tall grass of a dangerous savanna. Human babies are uniquely helpless. A baby horse can run just a few hours after being born. A baby monkey can cling tightly to its mother's fur. But a human infant cannot even hold its own head up for months. They are loud, fragile, and completely defenseless. In a prehistoric world filled with hungry predators, this extreme helplessness seems like a terrible evolutionary mistake. It is basically an invitation to be eaten. So, how did any of us survive the Stone Age? First, ancient babies were never put down. Without bouncy chairs or cribs, a prehistoric infant was held continuously. They were carried in the arms or strapped to the mother's body using animal skins. This constant skin-to-skin contact was not just for comfort, it was a survival mechanism. The mother's body acted as a biological thermostat, regulating the baby's temperature, heart rate, and breathing. Notice how modern babies instantly stop crying when you stand up and walk around with them, but start screaming the second you sit down. That is an ancient survival instinct. To a Paleolithic baby, the rhythmic bouncing of walking meant they were safe in an adult's arms. Stillness meant they had been put down, left behind, and were in extreme danger. But what about the messy logistics? How did they survive without diapers? Hunter-gatherers practiced an ancient version of what we now call elimination communication. Mothers and caretakers were in such constant, close physical contact with their infants that they became hyper-attuned to the baby's microscopic muscle twitches and breathing changes. They knew exactly when the baby was about to go and simply held them away from their bodies just in time. However, the absolute greatest survival tool ancient humans had was not a technique, it was the tribe. Raising a human child takes an enormous amount of calories, time, and physical energy. It is biologically impossible for a single mother to hunt, forage, defend herself, and constantly carry a helpless infant all at the same time. If ancient mothers tried to do it all by themselves, the human race would have gone extinct. This brings us to a phenomenon called alloparenting. The famous phrase, "it takes a village to raise a child," is not just a cute proverb. It is a harsh biological fact. In the ancient world, raising a baby was a full-time group project. Grandmothers, aunts, older siblings, and even completely unrelated tribe members all shared the heavy burden. They passed the baby around. They watched the children so the parents could sleep. They protected them while the mothers gathered food. Early humans functioned as a highly synchronized, collective childcare network. This intense need to care for each other's children is actually what made us human. It forced our primitive brains to develop advanced communication, deep empathy, and complex social structures. We did not conquer the planet just because we had sharp spears or fire. We conquered it because we learned how to cooperate to keep our most vulnerable members alive. Today, modern society forces parents to live in isolated houses, separated from their extended families, trying to juggle work and childcare completely alone. When a new mother or father feels utterly exhausted and overwhelmed, it is not because they are doing something wrong. It is because they are trying to do the job of an entire prehistoric tribe by themselves. You were never meant to raise a child alone. Your DNA expects a village.